Hey everybody, it's Cigar Carpenter Mike. Today I'm smoking the Adventura King's Gold in Robusto, but this isn't a cigar review. This is the final results of the Broadleaf Showdown that I did. I put up a poll, several locations, had people tell me what their favorite broadleaf was, and I took the top 6 and then reviewed them all individually and then ranked them in order. And so without further ado, I'll get into it, starting at number 6. Well, now I feel bad for describing the Camacho Broadleaf as a mouthful of pocket change, because a mouthful of pocket change is better than the end of that cigar, or the entirety of that cigar. That was not a good cigar. I can't really find any positives within it other than the construction. You really gotta like super minerally cigars to enjoy that thing. I think everybody's favorite inappropriate commenter, Texas Taurus, said in a box of 10 you'll get 2 good ones, and then 8 of them are very similar to the one that I smoked. And to me, that's an unacceptable failure rate. I've had one brand in particular, which I won't mention on this, that I've got about a 50% failure rate on the cigars. So I've moved on from that brand. I mean, you've got to like abuse if you want to smoke 8 just awful cigars to get 2 good ones. So that one's on the bottom of the list. I wouldn't recommend anybody smoke that thing. I don't know if the people that voted for it on the poll have had really good luck with getting the good ones, or they just really like awful cigars. I don't know, but nobody should smoke that thing. Number 5 on the list is the Nica Rustica by Drew Estate, the original one, not the Adobe. It was the roughest final third of all 6 of the cigars in the showdown. But the rest of it was pretty good. For $6 a pop, I mean, I think I recommended in the video, like getting them for yard guards or going fishing or going to the range with your buddies. It's one of the cheapest entries into broadleaf, and it's acceptable. I know Cigar Hound Dog did a review on one, and he had a little bit better experience than I did as far as in terms of smoothness. And he had also said that Master Ash had sent him that cigar maybe 2 years before he reviewed it. So who knows how long Michael had it before then, but some age definitely did wonders for it in terms of smoothing out the rough edges. They're fine to smoke to start, and apparently with a couple years age on them, they turn really, really smooth and really nice. So I would recommend that cigar, especially at that price point. So for those reasons, it's number 5 on my list. Number 4 was the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Micarita Black Papasaka. I understand that thing won like a lot of awards last year, but it's the whole Micarita the whole Micarita Black line is my least favorite of the Micaritas. I still enjoy it, but I would take a blue over it. I'd take a Tricky Traco over it. It's a very earthy cigar. It's very bold. The Sakakan, which I understand is a slightly different blend than this one, but the Sakakan I find to be like a great cigar if you're sitting by a campfire or whatever, and you want a cigar that's gonna last you a couple hours. It's not my jam given Steve Saka's other offerings. I'd much rather take those over the Micarita Black line, but it was better than the Camacho Broadleaf, and it was better than the Nica Rustica right out the gate. So for that reason, it's above those 2, but below the rest. All right, getting into the top three, which are cigars that I personally would rebuy again. Number 3 is that Liga 9 by Drew Estate. They have a little bit of inconsistencies at least in my experience, on whether or not they're going to be that just one that hits the spot. It's not as bad as some other brands, but Drew Estate sometimes has some inconsistency issues. But when those Liga 9s hit, they hit. That chocolatey note is so good. I think I described it as like chocolate buttercream frosting on that first third, and then it kind of like slowly dials down the sweetness as it goes through. Super good cigar. I enjoy them quite a bit. For that reason, that's number 3 on my list. Number 2 on my list is the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Mi Querida Triqui Traca. I really enjoyed that cigar. It had this savory quality to it that none of the others had. Just kind of a meatiness, kind of mushroomy funk sometimes. It's got a good amount of mustiness. It's got enough pepper to offset the heaviness of the rest of the flavors within the profile. And it's one of my favorites when it comes to broadleaf, and nothing that anybody suggested was able to kind of take it down from that. And I was talking about the Liga 9 sometimes having construction issues, not construction issues, but blend issues. They usually burn right. It's just some of them don't taste as good as the others. I don't really have those issues with Dunbarton. 1 or 2 times, I've smoked a lot of Dunbarton, so the ratios are pretty good, but 1 or 2 times I've been smoking one to do a little like Instagram review or Facebook groups or whatever, and I've ran into tunneling on one, and I know Steve himself will hop on and be like, hey dude, sorry you had issues with it, contact us, we'll replace it. I mean, they've got excellent customer service, great brand, great products. I love that Triqui Traca. That's my favorite of the Mi Querida line, so I definitely recommend that one. And my number 1 on this Broadleaf Showdown is that Foundation Tabernacle, the original. It's just so good. The dried fruity sweetness on the front, I'm a sucker for that fruity sweetness in a cigar when it's those darker fruits. That combined with the chocolate on that first third was just amazing. And then the cigar throughout had a nice chocolatey note to it. There was enough pepper to balance it without being overwhelming. It's just a super well balanced cigar. I've had nothing but good luck with them. They're very consistent, delicious cigar. I highly recommend that. Obviously, it's my number 1 on the Showdown. Can't say enough good things about the Foundation Tabernacle. Just top notch. So, thanks everybody for watching this Broadleaf Showdown. I mean, I had fun doing it. I think the next series I'll do will maybe be on Connecticut Shade or Ecuadorian Connecticut Shade, whatever, shade wrap cigars. Just because at this point I'm getting kind of sick of broadleaf. That's too much broadleaf in a row. I've smoked cigars in between, but yeah. Anyway, if you would like to look back at the other videos in this series, you can always subscribe to the channel, or there's probably one linked right here. Thanks for watching this summary of the Broadleaf Challenge. Comment down below what your favorite shade wrap cigar is. We'll see your vote in the polls. We'll see where it ends up. If it's top 6, I'll end up reviewing that one and see if you hate me because of my opinions after it. Thanks for watching, everybody.